Clearly, the last 2 years have been quite tough for the rural economy. But I must say that after the last budget, there has been a very positive signals by the government to support the rural economy. And the recent announcement of increase in the minimum support price, especially for pulses and edible oil, is very encouraging for the farmers. Sowing has definitely now started picking up. And as we speak now, with the monsoon just started in Kerala and the forecast being very positive, we are seeing a good excitement at the farmer level. Also, we have seen a good offtake of our seeds, agri-chemicals, micro-irrigation and tractor products. So we are very optimistic now, and the way the monsoon is opening up, we look forward to a good season ahead. But yes, now in terms of recovery of rural economy, it will take time, because as you also appreciate that it will take 6 months to 1 year for the farmer to recover from the loss of last 2 years. But definitely, we are quite optimistic about the trend now going towards an improvement.
So, as you said also that the monsoon has hit Kerala. Yesterday we got the news. How important will be the monsoon this year? And as you said, if we see a good monsoon coming in, then how much time do you think the recovery will take?
So monsoon is important obviously from various perspectives, but if you look at from a sentiment perspective, the farmer who has been quite distressed for the last 2 years, with the monsoon coming in, a lot of hope is there, and immediately sowing increases. So that actually helps for the harvest. The other thing which happens, which is more important, is the recharge of the groundwater. And now our ground level water is perhaps the lowest in many years, and the water reservoir levels are much lower than the average of last 10 years, almost 50% of that. And that's a big concern for our whole economy. So with good monsoons, the water level recharge, water reservoir is getting filled, is going to be very good for the next year. And as far as the recovery is concerned, surely with the good harvest this time, I would expect that from half to the recovery should start, and F18 it should be a good year if the monsoons are good as planned, as forecasted in this year.
Talking about EPC Industries, the last time we spoke, and you have time and again said that you want to be the third largest player in the micro irrigation sector. How far have we gone in this dream, and going ahead, what's the plan?
See, our vision for our Mahindra Agri business is to deliver farm tech prosperity, and all the efforts we do is to impact the lives of farmers, which is very much in line with our philosophy of RISE. In RISE, we believe about driving positive change in our communities, our stakeholders. So coming to EPC, EPC is a business, or micro irrigation is a business which impacts the farmers' prosperity significantly. We have examples where farmers have increased their productivity by 25%, 40%, and in some cases have doubled their income by moving to horticulture crops, by using micro irrigation. So clearly this is something which is impacting the agri economy and the farmers at large. So I would say micro irrigation as an industry has huge impact on prosperity of farmers. And with the PM-KSY scheme, with the focus on micro irrigation, and I see a lot of states now trying to become more and more efficient in disbursement of subsidy, getting more IT enabled. These are very good signs for the industry. So looking at the industry growth for the future, we are very optimistic, and with the farmer sentiment improving, we are further feeling that there will be a good response. Now coming to your question about EPC. Clearly for Mahindra, impacting farmer prosperity is our key imperative. Having said that, we have of course business goals, and definitely we are wanting to be in the top 3. Today we are perhaps in the top 5. But what is encouraging for me and my team in EPC is that last year has been a very good year for us. Our results you would have seen, we have grown by 23% on revenue, and what is most heartening is that our EBITDA margins have doubled, and our PAT is up by almost 6 times. So that has given us a lot of confidence for the future. Our investments are further being increased. We are setting up plants in Gujarat and also evaluating in South, and I think the focus of our team on quality and working towards agronomy, which is actually not only giving the product to the farmers, but working with the farmers after giving the product in terms of finding the right agriculture practices, giving them the right knowledge how to use micro irrigation and our drip systems, sprinkler systems. So with this approach, I am quite confident that we will move well in the years to come, and we feel happy that as EPC we are able to impact our nation's mission of doubling the farmer's income. So if you use micro irrigation systems, clearly the increase is significant in the income to the tune of 25 to 30%, And with this technology, it's very easy to double the farmer's income in say less than 5 years.
So at this point of time, our market share is somewhere around 5%.
That's right.
Going ahead, what kind of growth levels are you seeing for EPC industries when it comes to sales and revenues? And what is the target when it comes to the market share, say in the next 2 to 3 years?
So it's like this, Utkarsh, that in the last 4 years, we have doubled our market share. And we look at the industry growth of around 12 to 15% in the next 2 to 3 years, assuming that the monsoons are good and there's a recovery in the rural economy. Having said that, our philosophy is always to see how we can grow faster than the market. And when we are growing, we are very mindful about growing in a disciplined manner in terms of with financial prudence, with high customer focus and high employee engagement. So we are having a holistic growth strategy. And as you can see that if the industry grows by 12 to 15%, we would grow much higher than that. Now, exact number, is it 2025? It's difficult to say. But clearly, our intent is always to grow faster. And why we believe we can do that is on 3 or 4 reasons. One is the trust of farmers, which EPC has, because EPC is well established as a very reputed brand for quality. Our products are known for the highest quality. And now, for the last few years, we are focusing a lot on agronomy, as I mentioned before. Agronomy is all about teaching the farmers how to do agriculture in an efficient manner. And that's giving us a lot of success. And also we have a very interesting pipeline of products, new products, be it pressure compensated drips, be it specialized sprinklers, be it products which are good for certain crops. And with this new lineup, we are quite confident that we will surpass the industry growth rates for sure. And while top 3 is important, I'm sure we'll reach that in a reasonable time.
Talking about the market share, any kind of targets do you have?
Yeah, we do have targets. Clearly, if you want to be the top 3, we have to move from, let's say, 5% to close to 8 to 9%. So that's I would say, rather a modest target, and it's a matter of time we will be there.
Talking about the new products, how are they doing and what's in the pipeline going ahead?
So what we are looking at is we are trying to develop products which are more crop specific, and we are especially focusing in the area of water soluble fertilizers, which is popularly known as fertigation, where we put water soluble fertilizers in the water and the plant gets high level of micronutrients and fertilizers which will enhance the plant growth rate. So we are having a good lineup of water soluble fertilizers through our agrochemical division, and we are coming with customized solution for specific crops. So for example, let's say if you are growing cauliflower, chili or even cotton, sugarcane, so with the right combination of water soluble fertilizer, we are helping the farmers to increase their productivity. And then of course there are other products coming in terms of, now there's a big trend for non-subsidy products where farmers want to buy products with lesser specifications, thin wall, etc. So in this segment there are a lot of local players which are playing, but we are trying to come with products which are of good quality and they give more value to the farmers. And I think the thing which we feel very proud of is our service. Always our EPC employees, EPC dealers, they are committed to offer high class service. And for us, service is just not about going and repairing something. For us, service is all about making the farmers prosperous, doing something which will make the farmer happy that they have dealt with Mahindra EPC as a company and contribute to our vision of farm prosperity. So we are quite excited, and given this rural turnaround expected in the next few months, so I'm quite bullish about micro-EPC industry, and to that extent companies like ours which stand for high quality, high ethics and very transparent dealing, we should definitely benefit with this turnaround of the rural economy.
So earlier you spoke about the kind of investments we are going to make. Can you give us more details about that? What will be the quantum of investment and where all will be the capex going?
So we are planning to set up a plant in Gujarat because we see that we need to be closer to the market, and up till now we were servicing from our Nasik plant. So we will be setting up the plant. It would cost a few crores. And the whole idea of this plant is that we are closer to the market, save on logistics cost and be more market oriented. And we are also evaluating to set up one more plant in South. We are discussing between Tamil Nadu and Andhra, and that will also make us closer to the market. That's on the production side, capacity side. Also there is a lot of investment we are doing on the product development in terms of getting new technologies, new drips, which will help the farmer to get continuous flow of water. So one of the problems in normal drips is that they get clogged because of the dirt and dust. So we have developed certain technology which reduces the clogging and ensures that our products last for longer. I have not talked to you about our new businesses which we have started in EPC. In addition to micro irrigation, last 2 to 3 years we have been also focusing on two very important businesses. One is the business of pumps. Because what we realize is that micro irrigation system, if we give only the drips and sprinklers and not the full solution in terms of the right pumps and the right agronomy advice, farmer does not get full benefit. So pumps is one business which we have been focusing on, and slowly that business is increasing. And other business we have started is of greenhouse or polyhouse, that is popularly known. We in Mahindra believe that we must work towards precision farming. We must help farmers to go to the next level. So micro irrigation is clearly one very positive step, and other is greenhouse. Now greenhouse will revolutionize Indian agriculture, and you may have noticed overseas many countries there are so many greenhouses, but in India the penetration of greenhouse is very less. And given the fact that we have to produce more from the same land, technologies like greenhouse become very important. So we are investing in those technologies. We are trying to come out with greenhouses which are good for low land holding, small land holding, and create a chance for farmers to earn more from the same land. So that's going to be a very interesting area also.
So any wholesome amount of capex you can share with us?
So it's difficult to give a full figure as such, but it varies from business to business. But clearly, whatever is required for growing the business, we are committed. And as a company, we are not constrained by funds, not constrained by any such kind of limitation. We are all focused towards working towards farmer prosperity, creating value for our stakeholders, and growing the company. And we believe that our company is well managed, well governed. So we are quite well poised to grow as the agri industry grows.
Talking about the margins, say a Jan Irrigation, who has more than 50% market share industry, has a EBITDA margin of somewhere around 12%. What's our plan, and how are our margins looking at this point?
Yeah. So as I mentioned briefly, Utkarsh, that F16, our EBITDA margin was 10%, and this is on back of F15, a margin around 5 to 5.5%. So we had a big jump. Now, of course, I must caution and say that this margin increase of last year was largely due to the drop in raw material costs, and that is because of the overall softening of crude oil and commodities globally. This trend will change this year, so we don't expect similar prices. Prices will increase, but not so much like F13 or 14. So currently with 10% EBITDA margins, what we are seeing is that our revenue is around 200 crores. As our revenue increases, our fixed expenses come down. So today our fixed expense is almost 23% of our total revenue. Now that's a lot. Why 23%? Because we are investing in people, in infrastructure, and we try to prepare ourselves for the future. So our organization perhaps is a bit heavy, maybe one can say, but then from our point of view it is planned as a long-term investment for growing the business. So as the revenue goes up, this 23% fixed expense will come down. So a 12 to 15% EBITDA margin in the near future is not something which we find very difficult to visualize.
Talking about our channel partners, 9 to 10 months back when we spoke, you had somewhere around 2,700 channel partners across the states. What's the scene right now, and going ahead, how are we, increasing our reach?
So let me just clarify. This 2,700 channel partners were for Mahindra Agri business, which includes seeds, agri-chemicals, and micro irrigation. As far as EPC is concerned, we have around 700 to 800 active partners, and we have increased our channel by around 100 numbers last year, and around 800 partners are very active. But one very unique thing which we have, which nobody else has in micro irrigation, which is our Samriddhi centers. Now Samriddhi centers are our common centers for Mahindra tractor business and Mahindra agri business. We have 250 such centers, and these centers provide service to farmers. So how do they provide that? So for example, they would do soil testing, then they would give recommendation to the farmers, and then we have trained agronomists who visit farmers, explain to them. Then we organize lectures from university experts, from agri experts. We work with KVKs, and also in some cases we buy back produce from farmers. Now these Samriddhi centers also sell our EPC products, and last year I think more than 12 to 13% of our sale came from this channel, and that channel is also getting very strong for us. So it's around 800 active dealers, around 250 Samriddhi centers. So combined, this creates a very formidable combination, and Again, as you know that micro irrigation is popular only in few states. So let's say Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra, and Tamil Nadu. I think these 4 states have very high level of focus on micro irrigation. Hence the channel is more skewed there. But if you look at UP or North or Rajasthan or MP, there is not much focus by the governments. So as the governments start getting involved in this, then obviously the channel will increase there also.
So to sum up the whole conversation, sir, where do you see EPC Industries in, say, the next 3 to 4 years?
So, because if you meet after 3-4 years, what I'll be happy to talk to you about then is that how EPC has impacted farmer prosperity more. How we have been able to help farmers to adopt new technology, not only in micro irrigation, but also greenhouse. And also we are getting some automation. We are getting some low-cost automation, which could be managed through smartphones or through internet, and that will help farmers to manage their whole water management more efficiently. In terms of business, clearly we want to grow faster than the market, and we are looking at the top 3 positions. 8 to 9% market share will be something we'll be happy about. And for us in this journey, we need to impact our nation's mission of doubling farmers' income, and we would like to provide many such cases on how farmers' income is doubled within 3 to 4, 5 years by using this technology. And my entire team in EPC is very passionate about working for increasing farmers' income, because we believe that's the way for our nation, and that's the way how we as Mahindra EPC can contribute meaningfully to our country's growth.
Are we looking at inorganic expansion as well? Can we see EPC taking over some small players in the system?
So we always evaluate various options, organic, inorganic, and depending on the fit, depending on the valuation, depending on the technology or the reach or the brand, decisions are taken. So it's a constant process. So as and when that happens, we'll be happy to share.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.